All right, what's good, everyone? Wanted to do another reaction video and just give my personal thoughts um, on just one of the things and how I train. So I wanted to get in the groove of making reaction videos. Make a long story short, but just in my interest and not like j- within my interest and not what's like trending between religion, politics, relationships. So I train very differently. I train. I like to do lifts that are very, very unique, very, very different. That are kind of out there. Not lifts that too many people aren't doing. Like the reverse grip is one of them. There's another deadlift that I cannot do, man. I need obviously I need to practice, but there are different variations for the bench, the squat, and the deadlift, or the squat, the bench, and the deadlift. For the compound lifts. And I found a video. This is my first time watching it, but I found a video. It just says the benefits of reverse grip bench press. So I said, hey, why not try to do a video on this? Hopefully, I don't get hit with a copyright claim. We finna see, but yeah, let's get into this video.
Next question is from Coach Cure. Do you find the reverse grip bench press useful, or is it just an old school overrated move?
I cannot remember the last time I did this. It's been a long time since I've done.
There we go, already an old school overrated move. Yeah.
On this exercise.
So
No, I'm gonna say it. Is it really old school if not too many people are doing it? If anything, you would think the reverse bench press is relatively new.
I got introduced to these. There was a power lifter that was in the magazines a lot.
Yes, who used to do his bench press.
Something Clark. He looked like
he had the record at one point, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe Doug can look him up. He was either Filipino or Hawaiian, massive dude, and he would bench press like 700 pounds with this reverse grip. Yeah. And
I have never done that. Like again, so no, I've never done that. I can't do that. I got a fucked up shoulder, or impinged shoulder. Also, as I tell the story with all the issues that I have, shoulder hurts, the pec up in here between the rotator cuff and the pec, like my shoulder, my upper body area would flare up when I would just do regular. But when I started going like this, just it just seemed easier on the bench, and it was like it took a lot of pressure off of my shoulders when I started training it. Mind you, so my PR on reverse grip is, I think, 418, but my PR with regular grip is 410. But
I remember thinking like, what? Like,
what's the advantage there?
What's the value, right? So reverse grip bench presses, first off, got to get comfortable with them, okay? Because you don't want to fail on that.
Amen. Oh my God, amen. I wouldn't tell anyone to just start off with like 3-4 plates, especially if you already bench a lot of numbers. Start with the bar.
And also racking with the reverse grip can be very scary.
Yeah, this is like a good partner exercise.
It's a good partner exercise, or get yourself in position and practice and learn how to do it right.
So I will say this, man, and again, yeah.
And was it Anthony Clark? Yeah, show a picture of this guy. So this is the guy that
I can't believe you remembered that.
I don't know. Just
I remember. I know. I remember that guy.
Yeah, there he is.
I would never be able to. Wow, look at you! Remembered all that.
Yeah, he was Filipino. Yeah, so and he would bench like ridiculous amounts of weight with the reverse grip. But anyhow, the reverse
a lot of
grip,
weight
what
being
it
moved.
does is it forces the elbows in.
Yeah, 805 is his bench record.
Yeah, so he passed away, actually.
805 pounds on a bench in general is crazy, let alone reverse grip. But I'll say this, when I started training reverse grip, I honest to God thought that my wrists were going to snap. They didn't.
Actually, in 2005, so
That's insane.
it forces the elbows in, so you can use more front delt, and believe it or not, elbows in also works the upper chest more because of the way that the fibers of the upper chest orient when your elbows are in. and you
Decelerating
come up.
too. I mean, aren't you like engaging your biceps a bit more as well?
Maybe
Just
stabilization.
stabilizing it.
Yeah, I
A
don't.
lot of try.
So I know for me, when I do the reverse grip, I don't feel any pressure on my shoulders or my chest. Now I feel everything in my forearms. I remember when I first started training this, I thought that my forearms were like gonna snap. I don't know, maybe I got strong bone density or something, or maybe I just got used to training it. But like, especially, so when I first started training the reverse grip, started out with the bar, and I think I just worked my way up to 225 that day. And then every week I would just go up by like, so the following week I did 275. I think it took me 2 weeks to feel comfortable doing it with 315. And then once I started doing it with 315, I just started adding, I noticed there was just pressure off of my shoulders when I trained it. And then I just gradually went up. But I PR'd higher weight on reverse grip than I ever did regular grip.
Bicep though.
Yeah,
a
you
lot
get
of
tricep
on
front delt,
extension,
and you get that upper chest. Now, I noticed when I did these and I started practice them and get good at them, that I got a little carryover to my regular bench press. And this is why I started doing them, because back then bench press was the...
I liked him. I was on a kick for a while where I used to put it in the routine. That's why when he brought this, I was like, wow, I haven't even thought about that exercise in so long.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, here's a great part of once you've been lifting for a really long time, it's a great movement. And
So I know a lot of people, not just me, but anybody else, when they see people do reverse grip, it's this... It's not as spectacular to me or unique as you think it is. It has, like most workouts, it has its benefits, but man, how do I explain it? Because I don't want to sound like an oxymoron. If you train it enough and proficiently, I would say the reverse grip is easier than regular grip. You just have to train it.
you can absolutely, where would you put it though? Are you guys putting it in as a replacement of a chest exercise, or would you put it in as a OC? So I would use it more often, like a close bench press for your triceps. Mm-hmm. I would sometimes do a reverse.
No, I would do
a tricep thing.
I would do it instead of a bench press, or I would do it as another press for chest, right? So if I did my bench press,
I use it for triceps. That's, and by the way, you can do that.
Yes, you can.
You in an exercise, especially like that one, you can put more emphasis on one muscle more than the other. Like Sal was talking about, the main ones that.
Yeah, that I definitely do agree with. So when I switched over that grip, I wasn't really I was more, my bench, to be fair, my bench setup really isn't all that good anyway. It's not. And a lot of people have told me if I hit this weight on reverse grip, I should be able to hit higher weight on a regular bench. Nah, that's for the... So, comp style, what was it? Start, press, rack. When I tried... So I did a reverse grip 418, 419 maybe 2 weeks ago. Honestly, I'm just happy to be able to bench press over 405. Like right now, 405 is the inflation standard on lifts, just like it is for deadlifts and squats and all that other shit, man. I remember coming up, what was it, 315, and you were just in the upper echelon of lifters, not no fucking more. But nah, I attempted 418, 419 again, comp style with regular grip, and I had on my wrist wraps and everything, and I struggled. Like, really, really bad. I couldn't complete the lift. But again, I've been in. Now, mind you, I completely removed regular grip from my bench and just took it to reverse. So maybe that's why I got proficient at one grip, I didn't want to lose the motion, so that could also probably explain why. But nah, for me, I've been able to hit higher numbers quicker on my reverse grip than I ever did my regular bench.
That are incorporated there. If you're trying to get the chest out of it, you can really focus on chest. If you want triceps, you can focus on using more. That's what's kind of cool about compound lifts is you can mentally concentrate on a muscle that you want to take over the lift more.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Really, too, what it does with the bench is, you know how if you want to bench a lot of weight, how you get real tight and you kind of suck in the elbows and activate the lats? The reverse grip bench press really encourages that tight feeling. In fact, I'm surprised, Justin,
Yeah,
that you've never done this.
So I agree. Like I said, I'm not really too good at mechanics when it comes to the compound lifts. Like, believe it or not, y'all, I just now learned the importance of leg drive. But as far as the tightness and all that other stuff, but then again, too, some could argue, depending on how you reverse grip, it can be considered a half rep. But then again, too, that also depends on how high you have the mounts on it. Because if your arms are fully extended anyway when you get ready to, so that could be my argument. But yeah.
Never, experiment with it.
This
Got
is
my brain, going.
This
crazy right now.
this exercise has your name all over. I feel like if you did them, you'd actually love
Well,
it.
it's interesting because you know how the stance. I don't know if it's like Taekwondo where they always have this position, and they're like, ugh, it just reminds me of that. It's like the power stance. But I've never messed with that. I know. Would you also then experiment with doing something like if you take that and then you bring it back over your head and then you do some pullovers with the reverse grip?
Wow. So you do like a pullover to a press?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
That's an interesting exercise.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be weird.
Yeah, so I get what he's saying. Another way I can explain it is like the variation with pull-ups. Y'all know how doing pull-ups like this is way easier than doing pull-ups like this. Yeah, that kind of comes to mind when it comes to the reverse grip bench press. Let's finish this
Well, the
video
amount
out.
of weight you could probably press it
Not
all.
much.
Yeah, you'd have to use light weight in order to do that.
No,
So
I mean by itself. Like I would just be using for doing that with just the reverse grip. I'm just thinking about using the reverse grip. I'm gonna have to experiment.
well, like Sal said, this exercise I think would be in your wheelhouse.
This
I
is
mean,
like plays
your
to all your
strengths.
strengths.
Yeah, it's your strengths. I mean, so I imagine as many times as I've done it, we could probably do it right now. You probably outperform Sal and I both because those are your strengths.
So I'll just say this. The only reason I wanted to make a video about it is just to explain it, to my audience and to anybody who ever generally asks me like, hey, why I train reverse grip. All I can say is that for me and what I got going on, whether it's injury, improper training, or just my strengths, reverse grip is easier for me. Now, I mean, I ain't gonna flex, man. I guess, the added bonus is the attention that comes with it, because after a while, people seeing certain weight, like when you see 300 pounds removed, 3, 4, 5, you got somebody with the record on the reverse grip for 800 pounds. Tell me that's not impressive, But I feel like, especially with the compound lifts, you have to find something that works for you. Just like, you have sumo deadlifts and you have, conventional deadlifts. I don't think there's really too much variation, on the squats, but you have to find something that works for you. I like training reverse grip because it works for me, and I think the added bonus is, the weight that I can move. That's my bragging rights. And plus, I've always been better at upper body than I ever have been with squats or deadlifting. I train what I'm proficient at. I'm very proficient at reverse grip bench pressing. If I were to advocate, hold on, y'all. Yeah. If I were to advocate for bench pressing, the reverse bench press would be one of them. I wouldn't. But I would also tell the lifter, like, hey, you know, find what works for you. So, but anyway, like, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching the video. More to come, all that other stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Peace.